Hello everybody. Purpose of this video here is to give a little bit of instruction on how to do a printout for a mine rescue first aid competition printout on the new CPR mannequins from Laerdal Medical. These would be the new ones that do not have the print type tape. They have a Bluetooth SIM pad, and what I'm going to do here is try to give you something that's worked for me in the past. Now, this is not anything that's officially endorsed by MSHA or the West Virginia Mine Safety Health and Training. This is just what I've done in the past to have an approval a printout that is suitable enough for judging. Again, this is nothing that's official, but this is what I've used in the past and not had a problem. There's a lot of questions that come up with this, and hopefully this is going to clear the air for a lot of people that may have ran into a problem. Okay, first and foremost, I want to get into a type of materials list that we're going to be having. Of course, we're going to have the new mannequin. We are also going to have the SIM pad right here. I'm going to go ahead and suggest to you right now, when you're in competition, to go ahead and hardwire instead of Bluetooth to your mannequin. After a while with Bluetooth, it tends to time out, and you don't want to be in a competition. I have been in a competition where that's failed. You're going to need the Bluetooth cable to interface between the SIM pad and your laptop. You are going to need a laptop. I know this is a lot of stuff, guys, and this is just the sad reality of this. I've talked to the manufacturer, tried to figure out a quicker way to maybe have a Bluetooth printer and print out, but that's not seems what we're able to have at the moment. So you'll have to have your USB cable. You're going to have a laptop. Your laptop is going to have a certain type of software put into it, and then of course you're going to have a means of printing out in a printer cable going to your computer. So this is pretty much your basic materials list for this. Okay, here's what we're going to get into. Now, you're powered up your mannequin, and you have your SIM pad. You're getting ready to go and do your competition. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to select BLS Instructor. You'll select BLS Instructor, and then you'll move into Start Session. Now, here we go. We got a few things here. You have two-person CPR. You have, even if you're doing single or double, just go ahead and select single-person CPR rescuer. Okay, what this is going to do, I did a session. I did 4 sets of 30 compressions, and I did a series of 4 breaths as well. So I've already done that, and that's in here on the system. Let's just say you go through and you do your session, and you have it. You want to save that session. You can name that session if you want. You'll have a prompt at the end of this. You'll save it. Now, just to let you know, you'll notice I have a 7-minute marker up here on the top. Try to get that where you can see it. Look, the reason why I selected a high number is you don't know how long you're going to be on the ground doing these compressions. You don't know how long the scenario is going to ask for when you have to rotate out compressors. So I put a high count number on here. Now, that may give you a pretty bad score on timing, but the only thing that the judges need to look at, they need to look at your compressions and they need to look at your ventilations. What you need to look for is you need to look at how effective your compressions were and how effective your ventilations were. Okay, now that we've done whatever compressions we're going to do, we're going to move on over here to the next stage. The next stage is, of course, you're going to disconnect your hardwire from your mannequin to your SIM pad. It's going to give you a prompt, lost connection to Clint, or whomever, whatever you named your thing here. You're going to go ahead and you're going to hook up your USB to your computer, and then it to your SIM pad. Now, it's going to tell you the SIM pad will not show up on your computer until you shut down BLS Instructor, which is something you're going to be prompted to. So we'll go ahead and shut it off here. We're going to quit. Now what's going to happen is you're going to have a very limited field here. Everything's going to be in grayscale and put out. This is when you move over to your computer. Now I want to go ahead and apologize for the way the computer screen's oriented. This thing is set up to run a Vizio as well. And that brings up another interesting concept here that you may have to play into. Now, we know that the computers that they use for the Vizio are kind of sanitized, which means they don't have no way of connecting to the internet or anything like that. It may be something you might want to consider doing. If you get a picky enough judge in these competitions, you might be able to make the claim that you have been getting some information before you actually go into the competition itself. Okay, so now we're at this stage here. You are going to need this software installed in on your computer to get the information from the SIM pad. So So we're going to click on Sim Center. You're going to run to Open Debrief File, and then you're going to see your session on there. I put my name on it. Here's the session that we've queued up. So now we're going to open this file. Now once it's loaded up, you're going to see several tabs here. These two tabs you don't need to concern yourself with. You're going to go to BLS Result, and this is going to show it. Now here's where everybody's running into a problem from what I understand, and this is kind of important here. And again, I want to apologize for the way the screen's oriented, but this thing is set up for a Vizio. This is my session. You see there's 4 sets of compressions, and you see 4 ventilations. Now, to correct this is all jumbled. When this prints out, the only thing you're going to see is solid green bars. What you need to do is you need to move on down here, and if you look at my cursor, you see a finger pointing kind of icon. Then now you see that where we have this double arrow here. See this double arrow? We're going to spread these compression waves out. Make sure you get your double arrow, spread your compression waves out to where you can see every individual one. This is how you're going to print this thing out. Now, what you want to do, once you spread your compression waves out to where every single one of them's, individual, and they're very easily seen, they're distinguishable, we're going to go here and slide the whole thing over so we can get everything set up to print. So you go to the finger icon, slide your whole session over, or you can actually drag the bar over like so. So you drag the bar over. You want to look at your timing. So it's really important. You got 0 seconds, 10 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever. And then we got over here all the way to 30. Now it's time to print. Again, sorry about this. Printing icon here is all the way over here where they've turned the screen here. I don't have it set up. If it was in the original horizontal format, it'd be a lot better than the way it's oriented vertical. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to print this first one off. Make a note of how many seconds are closest to the edge, because this is where you're going to get your overlap and establish an unbroken timeline. So we're going to go ahead and print. So the first session's printing off, and it seems like it's going to be somewhere right around the 30-second mark. So we'll get this off here. Now what you're probably going to do, you want to make sure your judges are watching you the whole entire time that you're doing this, okay? Because we don't want to have any problems later on down the line. So as these print off, you might want to go ahead and number them in the sequence they come out, page 1, etc., and go ahead and sign them at that point. So next what we're going to do here, now that we've done that, we know that we left off on 30 seconds. So we want to go ahead and want to find and slide this over. Find our bar here, our status bar. See, we got 30 seconds here. I want to slide this all the way over to the edge. And then we're going to pick up printing again. We're going to go ahead and print one more time. We're printing on page 2. It'd be a good idea to have your judge watch you to go ahead and write on there page 2. And then also sign it. So you see we got 30 seconds here. And we got 30 seconds on the other page, page 2. You'll just, either they'll cut it, match it up, or just go individually. But these things are going to be marked and lettered. And that's pretty much it, guys. It's just real important. If you don't spread those compression waves out, you're going to have a big jumbled mess, and everything's not going to work. But that's pretty much all I have on this particular block. It's a shame we got all this stuff that we have to use, but here it is. That's how we print.